know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. So you guys, before we get started, we have a sponsor that we would like to thank for sponsoring tonight's video. When you want to shop erotic toys, Adam and Eve has it all. Men and women, straight or gay, and anywhere in between, Adam and Eve has the adult toys that you're looking for. So click the link in the description box below and get started today. Okay, y'all know what time it is. All right, who we got in the building? We got Fly By, we got T the Goddess, we got Keisha Sellers, The Bailey Barack Show, Marlene Robinson, Lover of Life, Toxic K is Toxic, Laura Smith, Black Bonnie T, my moderator Vandevere is in the house, Mrs. Jordan CR22, my girl, Susie Davis Jones, my moderator, Sweet Dark Chocolate, Vanita Cows. Hey y'all, hey. So we're behind the avatar tonight because we got a lot to cover. We're gonna get into this. Listen. Quick disclaimer, we're going to be going over legal documents and everything. And so we like to give out a disclaimer. Hey, Lavelle Jones. Hey, Soleil 846. Hey, Dr. Roselle White. She made it. Y'all made it. Hey, Miss Nikki. Hey, Cocoa Butter Barbie. Hey, Monica. Beautiful days. Together we break chains. Hey, y'all. All right. So y'all know we got to issue the disclaimer. We are not attorneys. We're not legal professionals. We just simply break court documents down. And, we give our, educated, thought-provoking, we give our commentary on the legal documents. So we got to issue this disclaimer real quick. So Cardi B was in the club. She was in the club.
Nicki Minaj in the building. Let's go. Let's go.
So of course, when people saw this video, and they saw that she was, in the club, and she said, y'all want, we with all the smoke. Of course, several outlets claim that Cardi was responding to the DJ's pettiness of stating that Nicki Minaj was in the building, and others reported that she called him out over gang related comments. And then after that, hours after the footage went viral, Cardi went on Instagram and said that she was set up.
Motherfuckers was trying to set me up. Motherfuckers was trying to set me up and everything. And um oh wait. And let me tell you something. I handle my business in real life. And um I really don't like how somebody gang. I don't think y'all really knew what was going on. I don't think y'all understand what was going on. And when somebody try to explain it, y'all coming sideways, and it's like, why? I bet y'all didn't know I got set up. I bet y'all didn't know. I bet y'all not peeping that certain videos were made from professional cameras because it was all a setup. It was all a setup and everything. But like I said, I handle my business. And the fact that y'all be letting other blogs that don't like me run narratives, and y'all don't give a fuck about it, and y'all don't say nothing about it, y'all stay mute. And it's like, all right, whatever. But for y'all to come at people that constantly defend me, I feel like that shit is fucked up, especially when y'all don't know what was going on. Motherfuckers was
So what she's saying is that, the DJ, she just felt like it was a setup. There was, cameras recording everything. They wanted to get her reaction. And then when she had the reaction, it was portrayed as something else. And then bloggers were after the fact saying that her entourage and offsetting them, and I guess their security or whatever, the entourage jumped the DJ and beat the DJ down. And several outlets ran with that story that the DJ got beat up. Well, afterwards, the DJ actually went on social media, and this is what he had to say
about what happened last night in the club with Cardi B. I'm reading so many stories and narratives about things that happened and didn't happen, and I just want to clear the air. I prepared a little statement that I'm going to read, and hopefully it does just that. Last night in the club, a promoter, manager passed me along information to shout out, and unknowingly I ran with it. I never meant any disrespect to Cardi B, Offset, their family, friends, or fans in any way, shape, or form. It was an honest mistake, and I feel horrible about it. Normally, that's something that I would never do. I always check and double check information, but I was caught up in what I thought was a hip-hop moment. I accept my responsibility for what Cardi B and Offset. I meant no malice. It was definitely no setup. I was simply there to rock the party, which is what I do for a living. In that club from the DJ booth, the view is very obstructed, and I was trusting on what other people were telling me all night long about who was in the club and what was going on, and that was a big mistake, clearly. It is definitely not the way that I want to go viral. Again, my sincere apologies to Cardi B and Offset. What happened was whack on all levels, and I'm pissed off that my name is a part of that. I wish I could take it back. Hopefully my track record and relationships throughout the years in this industry can attest to that. I don't have problems with anybody. I don't get involved in anyone's issues, and hopefully I can be forgiven. Once again, Cardi, I am truly sorry about what happened. You didn't deserve that, and I'm mortified. So, my apologies about what happened last night in the club.
So when I, view this and I look at it from, my lens, I have a couple takeaways from this, and I want to be fair. I want everyone listening to understand the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is not to drag Nicki Minaj, and it's not to drag Cardi B. It is simply to outline what is going on in the press right now, this situation, and cover what is taking place. So the reports that this man was beat up, I believe, just are not true. He doesn't look beat up and jumped to me. And that's just another narrative to try to make Cardi look like some thug, that goes around beating up people, when she can't get her way, harming people. And whenever there's an issue that she don't like, they beat people up. That is just the narrative that people want to throw around. This man don't look like he got beat up or anything. What I do take away from this is that he knew that there was some type of plan, because I'm listening to the words that he's saying when he says, this is definitely not the way that I want to go viral. Well, why would you be going viral? What happened, that you were supposed to be going viral? If you were just there to do a gig and you were the DJ, what was it about that night that was going to make you go viral? So when you saying this is definitely not the way that I want to go viral, I don't know, why would you be thinking about going viral? So he's saying, well, if I were to go viral, this wouldn't have been the way that I wanted to. But it just seemed like there was something that was supposed to be going on. If there are professional cameras, why do we need professional cameras in the building? And what is the concern about going viral? Then, if you are in the middle of playing Cardi B songs and someone passes a note and says Nicki Minaj just came through, I would have checked that, because that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have a sort of a beef that might be a verified beef or unverified beef. It might just be a hidden beef, just an unspoken beef. We know that these two ladies are in an unspoken beef, right? So why would you automatically just start giving Nicki her props if she was there? You could have waited and been respectful and waited till you got done playing a song, verified that information. You sure, oh, Nicki here? Verify that before you just, start ranting and raving that Nicki Minaj is in the building. So I really do not think that this is a sincere apology. The fact that it's written, I get it that you want to make sure you cover all the bases. I do that when I'm doing videos, but those are planned videos, and I want to make sure that I'm on point. When you're giving a written statement like this, and if it was a sincere apology, I would have just felt like, why wouldn't you just speak to the camera? You're not even looking in the camera, speak to the camera. You're writing some stuff down and you want to, come forth like that. I believe that the body language is speaking for itself. I don't believe, that he was beaten up or anything like that. And the fact that these blogs just run with that narrative, that's, I just think that that's unfair to Cardi B. And why is it that the press is so quick to want to label this woman as some type of gang gun touting, violent person, just because she represents red and those are her neighborhood colors or whatever it is that they represent? That doesn't mean that she's actively participating in gang activity. And while I don't think that that is necessarily she's in a gang, if I was Cardi, I would try to distance myself from wearing that flag and representing that, because that's something that she might want to get away from with her look. And I believe all rappers, because of the state that we're in right now with these rappers getting indicted and with, a lot of them getting hurt and killed and stuff, I think that they need to just put these flags down. You're a grown woman now, you're a mother, all that, and I get it. It's a look and, she's speaking to a culture. But as a woman, I would just, Cardi, if I was you, I would just back away from that, because that's what people keep using against her. They keep using that look against her, and they want to keep painting this picture that she is a gang member, that she's some type of, secret gang member. She's calling the shots. And if you want to get away from that, that would be my advice. That would be my advice. You know, if you don't want to be perceived as a gang member, stop wearing that flag. That's what I have as advice. I love Cardi B. That's my baby. I would never, speak out against her. But as an older woman coming from the generation, if you don't want people to think that you're something, don't represent that. That's just my opinion, but it doesn't take away from what I think and like about Cardi B, in the day and time that we're living in, it's just representing a certain thing. It could be dangerous, and you just don't want to be, affiliated with something that automatically you're a gang member. And I don't believe that Cardi is a gang member. I don't believe that Cardi is participating in gangs, activities, or any of that. That stuff is from her past. She was young, and she has friends and people that she has a right to associate with. She has a right to be around. That doesn't mean that she's doing what they might be known to do. I don't believe that she's hanging around people that are participating in any type of crimes or anything like that. People grow up and they move on. Just because you do things when you were young doesn't mean that you're doing it now, just because y'all still know each other and y'all are friends. So I believe that she has moved on from a lot of things, but people grow up and they still are affiliated with each other, and they have a right to be. Just because she represents, and represents her neighborhood, she's got love for her neighborhood. But we understand that the message that she's trying to send, Nicki as well, the message that they send, the rappers, you guys, and this is what we have to stop doing. Just because it's someone that you like, y'all know I love Cardi B. Y'all know I love Cardi B. Y'all know it. Y'all know I love it. But you have to grow up and move on from certain behavior. When you make it big and you making money and all that, you just want to kind of start moving a little different. I don't believe Cardi is in gangs. I really don't. But the narrative is going to continue to be pushed if you wear red and wear a flag on your hair and stuff like that. It's just some things you really just don't have to do. Like, why do you have to do that? You really don't have to do that, But again, that's freedom of speech. That's her right. If that's what she wants to do, it doesn't mean that she's a gang member. People represent that in the culture all the time, and it doesn't mean that they're involved in gang activity. That's just where she come from, and that's how I look at it. It's where she come from. But I can see why people would think you are that, because that's what you're wearing, right? But that doesn't mean that's what you have to be doing. So I understand that's the culture that we live in. Just because you wear something and you look a certain way doesn't mean you're doing it. But this is why people think that, right? Okay. Now, because of this, people are running with a narrative that Cardi B got a Rico case. I seen these freaking comments. Again, I see these comments and I see these narratives. Well, she just better be concerned about that Rico case that she got. Cardi B does not have a Rico case. She is not involved in any type of federal indictment. Her name is not mentioned in that Rico case. Star Brim, 18 members of that 5'9" Brims, they are the ones that have that Rico case. Cardi B does not have that case. Okay? She does not have that case. She is not involved in that at all. Now, in the indictment, the reason why people want to try to connect that with Cardi is because in the indictment, it states that Star Brim from jail ordered a hit on the two Watley sisters at the nightclub, at the strip club, okay? She ordered an attack 2 weeks prior to the incident that involved Cardi B. They say that she states the attack was not violent enough. It didn't do enough harm. So they allege that Cardi B went back and they handled it 2 weeks in the club. and also because she thought that one of them was cheating with Offset. Now we know that makes no sense. How could Cardi B, someone that got nails 10 inches long, 6 feet long, okay, a celebrity traveling with an entourage, a famous millionaire, how's she gonna go carry out a hit and she gonna be seen and everyone's watching, everyone knows she's there, and she really gonna go carry out a hit? This is what people think in their minds. That she really took up the charge. Okay, she said she want this done, I'm going out and do it. Cardi B is a celebrity. There's no way that Cardi B went out and carried a hit with all these nails, all these people, all this money. She went out and carried out a hit. Absolutely not. Now, did she, catch some charges that night? Yes, she did catch charges that night. Now, is it being represented fairly in the press and in the blogs again? No. No, it's not being represented in the correct light. Again, it's the gaslighting and the lies. When you look at the charges that stem from the incident with the Watley sisters, there are arresting charges and arraignment charges. There are not arrest charge and not arraignment charges. There is an E felony and there are A and B misdemeanors. And there are three or four violations. And the violations are basically from the fact that there has been a restraining order issued because of, the Watley sisters and Cardi B. There was a restraining order issued on their behalf. And if these charges were to stick or whatever, they would be in violation of the said restraining order. Okay. Now, arrest charges. One thing I want people to understand, you need to know what it is that you are talking about and understand what charges mean why certain charges are given before you just run around here and you just start saying things. That's what I do not appreciate about some blog outlets, that because something is in, the court system, it automatically has to be the worst. Oh, she's going to get jail time. Oh, she's got all these felonies. Oh, she got 12 charges. And if you look at some of these, they're duplicates. Some of these charges are the same charge number because they're duplicates. They're happening at certain times of this so-called event. So they charged it with the same charge. And some of these are arrest charges and not arrest charges. And you need to understand what that means. So when you look at an arrest charge, what does that mean? What is an arrest charge? An arrest charge is a charge that is given at the time of the arrest, right? What is an arraignment charge? Arraignment charge is a charge that was brought by the DA's office at the time of arraignment, but was not a charge listed on the police officer's paperwork. Okay? Not an arrest charge and not an arraignment charge. Not an arrest charge are charges added by the DA, charges not listed on arrest paperwork, can be pleaded down, and you are still innocent until proven guilty. Not an arrest charge, not an arraignment charge. Both of these, this means this. There are charges added by the DA, charges that were not listed on the arrest paperwork. They can be pleaded down and you are still innocent until proven guilty. Thank you, Monica, for the $9.99. Sweet Pea, you always bring the tea. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you very much. Up, and I see the Cash App. Thank you, guys. I see y'all blessing me. Thank you. I'm telling y'all, I really appreciate it because I really do put in a lot of work because we really getting ready to get in it, okay? This is just the beginning, but we really getting ready to get in it. So I thank you guys for blessing me. Thank you so much. The Cash App is listed, honey. Y'all know it's Sweet Pea Diaries. And the PayPal. Thank y'all. I love you. Mwah. Now, Not an arrest charge, not an arraignment charge. These are charges that are added afterwards. And you guys know that's usually what the DA's job to do is. Once they arrest you and once they give you charges, their job is to look and see what else can they charge your ass with. What else can they basically do to you? Okay? And if they find other charges can be added, that is generally what they do. And most of the time, these charges do not stick. Okay? They don't last. It's not stuff that stays, it's just usually just to, make a case. I don't know what the purpose is of adding things afterwards, but, that's what they do. Okay. So let's go through these counts. Violation, arrest charge, and arraignment charge. So harassment in the second degree, physical contact. Violation 1, not an arrest charge, not an arraignment charge. 1 count of criminal solicitation in the 5th degree. The next one is an felony, but it was not an arrest charge and it was not an arraignment charge. Attempted assault with intent to cause physical injury with a weapon. And the weapon was a ice holder or some type of, the bottle holder, the ice chest. It wasn't a physical weapon. It was an ice chest that got thrown out. Laura Smith, we will be getting to the Rico case. We're getting there. The next one is violation 1 count, not an arrest charge, not an arraignment charge, harassment in the 2nd degree, physical contact. Felony, again, not an arrest charge, not an arraignment charge, attempted assault with intent to cause physical injury. That felony is the same charge that was listed, we just read that. And this is the top charge. The top charge, it means it's the most, the top charge. It's the worst offense, right? It's the top one. But this was charged twice. And the reason it's charged twice is because during the assault or the specific event, the alleged assault, they are stating that this happened at this instance and this instance. At this time when it was thrown at this, then when they was in the back, they did this. Then when they jumped over the thing, they did it. So they charge it at different specific parts of the event. Then it goes down to a misdemeanor, level A, 1 count of this. This was actual arrest charge. Reckless endangerment in the 2nd degree. Then we have violation 2 counts, arrest charge, harassment in the 2nd degree. Then we have a misdemeanor, 1 count of criminal solicitation, and this was not an arrest charge. Misdemeanor 1, criminal facilitation was not an arrest charge. Misdemeanor B, conspiracy in the 6th degree was not an arrest charge. Misdemeanor A again, assault with intent to cause physical injury. This was actually an arrest charge. And conspiracy in the 5th degree, a misdemeanor A, and it was not an arrest charge. Okay. So when we say arrest charge, we already know it is the charges that is on the paperwork when you got arrested. The police put that down. When you were turned yourself in, arrested, whatever you want to say. At your arraignment, when they arraign you, these are the charges that are on the paperwork as well. Now, when you went to your arraignment, when the DA started putting up charges, adding them on to the paperwork, the ones that say not arrest charge, not arraignment charge, those are the ones that they added afterwards. So the arrest charge, arraignment charges is when you was at your hearing and you were arraigned and you stood in front of the judge and they told you what your charges were. There were only 1, 2, 3, 4 charges at that time. And the arrest charges were the harassment, which is not a felony. The misdemeanor of reckless endangerment was an arrest charge. That is not a felony. The harassment in the 2nd degree was an arrest charge, and that was not a felony. And the arrest charge misdemeanor of assault with intent to cause physical injury was an arrest charge, and that is not a felony. All of the felonies, which there are two, which is the attempted with assault to cause physical injury with a weapon, but it is actually the same charge. So really, that's not two charges, it's one. It's the same number, it's the same felony, felony. So there's only one felony, okay? And that was at the time of arrest. Everything else can be pleaded down, can be probably worked off of this indictment because they are not arrest charges and they are not arraignment charges. They were put on after the arraignment. This is stuff that you ever heard of that? Trumped up charges? You heard of that before. Trumped up charges. So that's what these are. Charges that are tacked on after. Okay. Now let's get into the difference between a misdemeanor A and a misdemeanor B. Now a misdemeanor A is given by default because there's an act of violence. So a charge of simple assault that accuses someone of causing bodily injury to another is automatically eligible for Class A penalties by default because there is an act of violence. So they automatically just put it at that because they think that bodily injury was caused, so they can just everything with the DA and with people, or when they're in situations like this, they try to bargain. They go for the highest charges and then they bargain and work them plea their way down. That's just how it goes. So on the other hand, if a charge of simple assault accusing someone of causing unprivileged contact to another will not be eligible for Class A penalties because there's no act or threat of violence. So that's why these misdemeanors and, were charged with an A count because they've said that physical violence actually occurred. Reckless endangerment, misdemeanor A, okay? Criminal solicitation, misdemeanor A. Criminal facilitation, misdemeanor A. Assault with intent to cause physical injury, misdemeanor A. Now, a misdemeanor B she has on here for conspiracy. And a misdemeanor B, there is no type of jail time or anything like that for misdemeanor Bs. Okay? So you have to know what it is that you're reading, and you got to understand. Now, for a misdemeanor A, the most that you can get is a year, or they can plead it down. So they can plead that down. Now, if a Class A penalty at the time, if the DA or the prosecutor or whatever, if they want to seek jail time for your offenses, right? You have to issue what is called a notice of intent to seek Class A misdemeanor penalties at the arraignment so that you know already what you're getting into. So if you're the defendant and the DA prosecutor wants to give you jail time, they're seeking jail time for the stuff that you are being accused of with these misdemeanor A's, they have to give a notice of intent to seek penalties before or at your arraignment so that you know, hey, I'm looking at jail time, right? Well, in Cardi B's case, that has not been issued and it was never issued. So Cardi B is not looking at any jail time for any of these charges that she has been charged with. Okay? She's not looking at any type of jail time. If anything, it would be probation and fines. Okay, we are expected to go back to court June 3rd. The arraignment has already happened. She's already, past that stage. So if there was jail time being sought, it would have had to already be entered. It would have had to been entered before or at the arraignment. So there is no jail time being sought out for Cardi B. Okay, and I'll show you. I can show you that if you don't believe me. I can show you that right now. I'm gonna go over to the actual her case and show you everything that has taken place so far, because I like to be thorough in my presentation. All right. So when we look at her case details, these are her appearances. This is everything that has happened. No, she's not facing 4 years. The reason why they say she's facing 4 years is because some of these, the E-class felony, you can get the most you can get. And we're going to go over that. So let me not get too far ahead, but I will answer that question. All right, let me pull this up so I can see it myself. I know you guys can see it, but okay, so these are her appearances. Everything that she's appeared for since the start of this. And if you look on this side, it tells you everything. So she's been arraigned. All of that has happened. There is no docket, no paperwork, nothing. Court is adjourned right now, and the next hearing is June 3rd. But the arraignment is, we passed that. And she pled not guilty. The arraignment was back in June of 2019. Okay? So she's already had that done. All right? But there is no notice of intent to seek Class A misdemeanor penalties. And in order for someone to get jail time for these crimes, they have to issue that paperwork, and none of that has been issued. So Cardi B is not facing any type of jail time for any of these crimes. I'm telling you, you have to do the research. You just can't listen to what people say. You have to do your research. I get it when you don't like someone, the day and time that we're in right now, that people just want to see them burn, and they don't want to, no mercy, no grace. They just want the worst for them. This woman has 2 children. She just had a baby. Would you want to see your fave, torn away from their child? So you shouldn't want to see any woman, no matter who they are. You shouldn't want to see anyone go to jail. When we talk about the stuff that happens between Tasha K and Cardi B, I never want to see any woman in jail. But sometimes when you don't know what else it is to do, you'll get people that they get frustrated in the chat and they say the woman need to go to jail. I don't think anyone needs to go to jail. I just want people to take accountability and move on. But go to jail? No, I don't want to see people lose what they have, be taken from their families. None of that. But the irresponsibility of the bloggers and the, news outlets and wanting just to get a story and wanting things to be sensational, I think that is appalling, because you know that that's going to get you views. So instead of telling the truth, it's more easy to just throw up, and you'll throw this paperwork up and it looks like, oh my God, she's got all those charges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You just say you see 12 entries, but then does anybody read them? Does anybody decipher them and see exactly what they mean? Notice that there's duplicates? No, because it's more appealing to just say, oh, she got 12 charges. And it's like, no, ma'am, no. And none of these are arrest charges that can put her behind bars. Like, she's not going to jail. Do they carry up to, one of them carries up to 4 years? Absolutely. But there's all crimes carry jail time. That doesn't mean you're going to get them. All felonies carry possible jail time. Doesn't mean you will go to jail, right? So she has an E felony for attempted assault. That's the only felony she got. felony for attempted assault with intent to cause serious physical injury. There are an attempt with a weapon. All right. So they're two, but they're the same charge number. PL 110120.05. PL 110120.05, charge 1, charge 2. With and without a weapon. Right? That's basically what this is. But it's the same charge, with or without. Now, an E felony, what is it? What's an E felony? An E felony is the lowest felony class in NYC. Max sentence is 4 years. Lowest sentence is 1 year or less. If no priors in the last 10 years, probation and fines. Okay? Lowest felony class in New York. The max sentence is 4 years. That's the max. If the judge was feeling like he just going to throw the book at you, that's what you would get. Your lowest sentence is 1 year or less. If you have no priors in the last 10 years, you're looking at probation and fines. And that information, you can find that if you want to find it. You can go and look on New York, their little legal website, and you can find this information. But that's why they're saying possible 4 years, because an E felony carries a max sentence of 4 years. So because it sounds sensational and it'll give you views and it'll get people hyped up to read, she's facing 4 years. She's not facing 4 years. She has no priors in the last 10 years, so she's facing probation and fines. Let's just call it what it is. The woman not going to jail. Y'all can hold your breath. Cardi B is not going to jail. Okay? And to make matters even, more clear cut for you, these are not arrest charges and they are not arraignment charges. Okay. And again, we're not capping for anyone. We are not, because we like Cardi B, we are giving out this information in her favor. No, this is what it is. I can't make this appear in anyone's favor. This is the law. These are her charges. This is what it is. This is what they said is the penalty for an E felony. 4 years, lowest sentence 1 year. And if you do not have any priors in the last 10 years, you're only going to get probation and fines. Period. Now, it's also going to be taken into account that these are not even the arrest charges. So when she was arrested, the police officers did not put this on her paperwork. Why is it that the DA came afterwards and felt like adding them? Well, that means you got to prove that this stuff happened. So just because the stuff is on there and the charges are there doesn't make someone guilty. This stuff is going to be pleaded down. Some of it's not even going to remain. Once her lawyers get finished with it, she's going to be walking out of there with probation and fines. But this is not what people want to hear. They would rather hear 4 years, she's going to jail. She's not going to be, with her children. She ain't going to be making appearances, doing concerts, making money. She's going to jail. That's what people want, because that feels better for them. That makes them feel good at the end of the day to know that. Now, the other lie. Now, let's just get into it. The other lie is that Cardi B has a Rico case. Cardi B has a Rico case, right? Well, what is a Rico case? Can anybody drop in the comments and let me know? I want to know, what is a Rico case? Can someone tell me what a Rico case is? Somebody said that Cardi B has a Rico case, that she better just be worrying about that Rico case that she has. A little birdie told me that someone said she's got a RICO case, allegedly from the Tasha K camp. They're saying that, and it doesn't surprise me that it would come from that camp, that she has a RICO case. Cardi B does not have a RICO case. Star Brim has a RICO case. Cardi B is nowhere in that case. She's nowhere listed. So why are you saying that Cardi B got a RICO case? Where? Show me the receipts that Cardi B has a RICO case. But it's the people in the comments for me. Yo, she better worry about that. She better worry about that RICO case. Oh my God. Yeah. Where? Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. Awesome. But how do you get a RICO case? What is it? Now, racketeering. The term racketeering refers to criminal acts, typically those involving extortion. All right. It's usually used in reference to patterns of illegal activity specified in the RICO Act. Okay. This is a U.S. federal law that makes it illegal to acquire or control a business through certain crimes or income that comes from those crimes. It is also illegal to participate, even indirectly, in certain crimes committed by a business or to conspire to do any of that act. All right. Now, the list of federal crimes specified in the RICO Act includes bribery, fraud, gambling offenses, money laundering, financial and economic crimes, obstructing justice or a criminal investigation, murder for hire, the sexual exploitation of children, and at the state level, it is racketeering would include crimes of murder, kidnapping, gambling, arson, robbery, bribery, extortion, dealing in obscene matter, and drug crimes. All right. So that is what's under the RICO Act. It is just not money laundering or drug crimes. It's all of these things. And does anyone know, in order to be charged with RICO, with a RICO Act, how many of those charges or crimes do you have to commit in order to be charged with the RICO Act? Does anyone know that? You don't just get slapped with RICO, because RICO carries automatically 20 years. That's the minimum. If you get found guilty of RICO Act, you are going to jail for at least 20 years. Okay? So how many offenses? You have to be found guilty. I'm sorry, not found guilty. Well, if they find you guilty of RICO, but they can charge you with RICO. Right, Vanderveer. 2. You have to have committed at least 2 acts of racketeering activity, one of which occurred after the RICO law became the law, and the last of which occurred within 10 years after the prior act. So you have to do at least 2 of those crimes in order to be charged with it. Now, in order for them to prove that you did this, they have to be able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that there was an actual enterprise that existed. The enterprise affected commerce across state lines. The individual that you're saying did this RICO was associated with or employed by a criminal enterprise. The defendant engaged in racketeering activity, and the individual took part in racketeering through the commission of at least 2 acts of racketeering activity. So they have to really be able to prove that. And a lot of times it's drug trafficking, illegal weapons, counterfeiting money, fraud, because that's the money laundering aspect of it, financial and economic crimes. All right. So that's what a RICO Act is. You have to be wrapped up in all of that. They have to be able to prove that you at least did 2 of those things in order for them to charge you with this. Now, Star Brim is the one that is affiliated with this RICO case, and here are the paperwork. Here are the people that are charged in this RICO Act. Okay? And here is the list of names in this RICO Act. Willie Evans, Jamar Simmons, Albert Shoulders, Renell Sloan, Darnell Cooper, Jose Rodriguez, Sylvester Went, Yanette Respass, which we know is Star Brim, Markel Bobian, Timothy Coleman, Tyrone Irvin, Sean Gambrill, Darren Goodman, Javaris Jenkins, Jerlane Little, Shamar Reed, Markel Simmons, Tyreek Snowden. None of these names say Cardi B, Beck Alice, Almazar. It says none of this. Yanette Respass, who is Cardi B's friend, is the one that is in the RICO case. Cardi B is nowhere on here. Cardi B is not involved in this RICO case. Now, when you go into this, it says, members and associates of the 5'9 Brims engaged in a series of violent disputes with rivals of the 5'9 Brims, including those within the 5'9 Brims who they deemed disloyal to the enterprise. During these disputes, members and associates of the Brims committed multiple murders, shootings, robberies, and assaults against their rivals and against fellow members of the 5'9 Brims. Members and associates of the Brim sold heroin, fentanyl, crack cocaine, and marijuana in and around Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and the Bronx, New York. Members and associates of the 5'9 Brims committed and agreed, attempted, and threatened to commit acts of violence to protect and expand their narcotics business, to protect fellow members and associates of the enterprise, to otherwise promote the standing and reputation of the 5'9 Brims among rival gangs, and to promote the standing and reputation of members of the 5'9 Brims. These acts of violence, including acts of involving murder, robbery, and assault, intended to protect the enterprise's narcotics business and to retaliate against members of rival gangs who had encroached on the enterprise's narcotics business. Now, the purpose of their enterprise, the purpose was to included the following: preserving and protecting the power, territory, and profits of the enterprise through acts involving murder and other acts of violence and threats of violence. They promoted and enhanced the enterprise and activities of its members and associates, keeping victims and potential victims in fear of the enterprise and its members and associates through acts of violence, providing assistance to members and associates who committed crimes for or on behalf of the gang, enriching the members and associates of the enterprise through, among other things, robbery, bank fraud, access device fraud, wire fraud, and the distribution and sale of narcotics, including heroin, fentanyl, crack, and marijuana. Now, their means and methods of the enterprise: among the means and methods employed by the members and associates in conducting and participating in the conduct of affairs of the enterprise were the following: members and associates of the enterprise committed, conspired, attempted, and threatened to commit acts of violence, including acts involving murder to protect and expand the enterprise's criminal operations and against rival gang members. Now, of course, we can keep going, but we know that what they did, they said that they enforced and maintained discipline within the enterprise by committing acts of violence against their members. The members and associates committed, conspired, and attempted and threatened to commit acts of violence, including acts involving murder and robbery against rival gang members and other individuals. Members and associates of the enterprise promoted and celebrated in music and on social media the criminal conduct of the enterprise, namely narcotics distribution, acts involving violence, and the use of firearms. So, of course, they just keep going, okay? They committed bank fraud, wire fraud by depositing checks containing false information into bank accounts controlled by members and associates of the enterprise and transferring money from those bank accounts, and committed access device fraud by using credit and debit cards belonging to others. Then they get into the racketeering conspiracy. They list all the names of these brims, and they say that they engaged in activities which affected interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly combined, conspired, confederated, and agreed together, and with each other to violate the racketeering laws of the United States. And they just keep going, okay? Now, when you start getting into the counts and who did what, okay? Count 1 goes against all of these members. They list the names of what count 1, right? Then they go into count 2 and they list the names. Murder in aid of racketeering. J. Simmons and Goodman did those things, right? And then they say count 3. J. Simmons and Goodman did these things again. Then count 4. Murder in aid of racketeering. Evans and J. Simmons did this. Then count 5. Murder of Bradford Mensa with the use of a firearm. These two, Evans and J. Simmons, are charged with the murder of Bradford Mensa. Count 6, attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon in the aid of racketeering, and Jenkins did this. Count 7, use of a firearm in furtherance of the September 2nd, 2019 attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon. Jenkins did this. Count 8, attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon. Went and Reed did this. Count 9, use of a firearm in furtherance of August 24th attempted murder. Went and Reed did this. Now, count 10, maiming and assault with a dangerous weapon in aid of racketeering. We have J. Simmons, Shoulders, Went, Respass, which is Star Brim, and Reed, okay? So this is where Star Brim is now being charged with the racketeering, all right? So they are saying that at all times relevant to this indictment, the 5'9" Brims and the people in Respass, Simmons, Shoulders, Went, and Reed in this indictment, which are repeated and incorporated by reference as though fully set forth herein, including the leadership, is defined, entitled, whatever. They constituted an ongoing organization whose members functioned as a continuing unit for a common purpose of achieving the objectives of the enterprise. The 5'9" Brims, through its members and associates, engaged in racketeering activity as that term is defined in Title 18 United States Code, namely acts involving murder and robbery in violation of New York penal laws, acts indictable under Title 18. Offenses involving the distribution of controlled substances. On or about August 8, 2019, in the Southern District of New York, Jamar Simmons, Albert Shoulders, Sylvester Went, Yannette Respass, and Shamar Reed, the defendants, as consideration for the receipt of and as consideration for a promise and agreement to pay a thing of pecuniary value from the 5'9" Brims, and for the purpose of gaining entrance to and maintaining an increasing position in the 5'9" Brims, an enterprise engaged in racketeering activity as described above, knowingly maimed and assaulted an individual with a dangerous weapon, and aided and abated the same, to wit, Jamar Simmons, Shoulders, Wit, Respass, and Reed, slashed an individual in the face. All right, so that's what they did there. Then we have attempted murder for Jenkins and racketeering. Then we have another murder, attempted murder with a firearm for Jenkins. Then we have another attempted murder and racketeering for J. Simmons, Irvin, and Gambrill. Then we have count 14, another attempted murder by J. Simmons, Irvin, and Gambrill. Then we have another attempted murder and assault with a dangerous weapon in aid of racketeering, J. Simmons and Coleman. And then we have assault with a dangerous weapon, count 16, against someone named Little. And then count 17 against someone named Little, use of a firearm and assault with a dangerous weapon. And then count 18, assault with a dangerous weapon in aid of racketeering, Simmons, Bobby, and Irvin, Gambrill, Little, and Simmons. Then we have count 19, assault with a dangerous weapon, Jay Simmons, Bobby and Irving, Gamera Little, and Simmons. Then we have count 20, narcotics conspiracy. Simmons, Shoulder, Sloan, Cooper, Rodriguez, Went, Bobian, Irvin, Jenkins, Reed, Simmons, and Snowden. We do not have Miss Respass in that. Count 21, nowhere is Miss Respass. Everybody else's name is there. Trafficking in a firearm, 22, no Miss Respass. 23, attempted robbery, Snowden, no Miss Respass. Count 24, robbery, no Miss Respass. Okay? Miss Respass only has the one. Okay? So a lot of people suspected that she was Star Brim. Hey, Saki. That Star Brim actually was a rat because her charges seem to have been poof, voila. Her name is not mentioned in any of these serious charges. Now, she has racketeering, but everything else, everyone else has, and she does not. There were some other paperwork that we had, and we did a previous video. Go and watch that video about Star Brim, and you can get that information. But when you look in this indictment, she, is nowhere listed in it. She's just listed in the one. But this is a Rico indictment, and she is definitely a part of the case. The ins and outs, how many counts total? I think it was 24. Life with the Leonard family. 22. 20, yeah, 24. 24 counts. Yeah. So, and when you go into discovery and stuff like that, there's some, but there's a lot of records that are sealed, and I'm not able to see some of these documents. So I have no idea, whether, what's going on with this case. I have to look more into detail to see exactly, and I plan on really going into detail with it and see what's going on with it and cover it at a later date. But I just wanted to give some backstory on that Rico case, and that it is actually Star Brim's case. It has nothing to do with Cardi B, and I don't know why people want to constantly put that for Cardi B. She doesn't have anything to do with that. She's not have not been charged with Rico. She's not involved in that case. Her name is nowhere mentioned. Okay. Now, we went in the beginning, we stated that, okay, we see why people say it, but it's not true. All right. They say it because they allege, and I didn't see that in the indictment. I have to read it more in detail, but I don't see in the indictment where they state that they slashed or, did something to the Watley sisters 2 weeks prior to, Cardi B. So the incident with Cardi B, I know what date that took place. So that date should be in this indictment 2 weeks prior to that. Should be listed in here, and that it was two defendants that got beat up at a club or whatever. And I just did not see that in that indictment. So I got to look for it. I will definitely look, and it's like a lot of pages. Y'all just saw it. But I want to find the Watley sisters. I looked for that and I did not see it. Okay, so we'll look and see if we can find that. Okay, Vanderveer, I'll take a look at that, and I will use that in the next upcoming video. All right. So the beef between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. I believe that the situation with these two women, I really believe that the fans and the media keep this going because it's entertaining, and it's two rappers, two women, and that's just what society does. Always put women against each other. Even if these two women would try to get back to their relationship, little bit of relationship that they once had, I don't think the public would allow it because they like the feud. They like them to be against each other. The fans alone, the Barbs versus Barty gang, it is just toxic, the environment. It's very hostile. And I don't think that the public would allow them to actually reconcile if they wanted to. But does anyone really even know? Like, what's the timeline with this? Well, I attempted to put it together based off of a couple articles and blogs and different things. I attempted to put this together, and this mess goes all the way back to 2017. Okay? This thing, it goes all the way back to 2017 is when it actually starts. That's 6 years of beefing, like subliminal beefing, online beefing. Like, that's got to be tiring, right? So this thing goes all the way back to 2017. And how does it go? Well, let's see. All right. It starts with March 2017. Nicki Minaj reportedly likes a post on Instagram that is poking fun at Cardi B's rapping style. However, many think this was the result of Photoshop trickery. Shortly after, a screenshot popped up online of Nicki liking a tweet claiming the supposed Instagram diss was a fake. Right? This is how it all kicked off. Okay. Ciao. Then on May 2017, Nicki seemingly takes a swipe at Cardi B and Katy Perry's song Swish Swish. Silly rap beefs just get me more checks. My life is a movie. I'm never offset. Me and my amigos, no, not Offset, she says, which many took as a reference to Cardi B's husband, Offset. Okay. May 2017. Cardi tweets. After the Swish Swish drop, she goes on rants on Instagram Live about idols becoming rivals. I hate this shit. I really, really do. Cardi said, according to People magazine. A bitch like me, I was happier when I was macking in the hood. This shit right here is so fake. When I used to be a regular bitch from the Bronx, a hood bitch, when somebody used to be fake to me, it was cool because I could approach a bitch and punch her right in her closure. Now that I'm in the industry, you don't work like that. You just have to watch shit go. Watch shit go. Then in June of 2017, oh wait, let me make sure this is right. Oh, I don't have that one. Oh, I've clicked the wrong one. Hold up. Is this it here? Well, I think, is it this one? No. So what came after that was Nicki Minaj. Supposedly she liked she low-key supported Cardi by dancing to Bodak Yellow in a club. I did have a shot of that, but I guess I didn't upload it. So that happened in July of 2017. And then Nicki Minaj, in August 2017, Nicki Minaj lays down a verse on London on a Track song, No Flag, featuring Offset and 21 Savage that some viewed as shade toward Cardi B. I heard these labels are trying to make another me. Everything you're getting, little hoe, is because of me. Nicki raps in the song. The timing was interesting, seeing that Cardi B had just inked a deal with Atlantic Records. Nicki cleared the air, though, when she tweeted that she wrote the verse several months prior. Soon after, Cardi B tweeted, "I don't bother with these hoes. Don't let these hoes bother me," which fans viewed as a response to this drama. These are admittedly just lyrics to Bodak Yellow, so maybe people read too much into that tweet. August of 2017, Cardi clears up any rumors that she's feuding with other women in the industry. "I don't really want any problems with anybody," she says in this article or interview. She says she doesn't want any problems with anybody. She told Billboard, "I don't want to be like Queen. I don't want to be no this. I don't want to be no that. I just want to make music and make money. I really don't have time to look at other women, what they doing. I'm myself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got a problem with me. I don't got a problem with them. If somebody got a problem, I don't really got to do that whole industry beef. Like, I get it popping with these hands." Okay, Cardi is always she gonna pop them with these hands. She said, I really do this in real life. Now, in September 2017, Cardi says a few pointed things in her verse for G-Eazy's song No Limit. She says, "My career taking off, these hoes jogging in place, swear these hoes run they mouth, how these hoes out of shape. Can you stop with all the subliminals? Bitch, I ain't Jared," she says. And in an interview on the Breakfast Club, Cardi B said the song wasn't about anyone in particular and denied any beef with Nicki Minaj. Okay. She says she didn't have no beef with Nicki. Okay. And so then her Bodak Yellow, she says, "Can you stop with all these, bitch, I ain't Jared," she says in an interview on the Breakfast Club. She says the song wasn't about anyone in particular and denied any beef with Nicki. She says she ain't never F my man. Then in September of 2017, Cardi's Bodak Yellow hits #1, and then Nicki Minaj actually congratulated her and said, "Congratulations to a fellow New Yorker on a record-breaking achievement. Barty, this is the only thing that matters. Enjoy it. At I am Cardi B." Nicki tweeted that to Cardi. And Cardi responded, "Thank you. This means so much coming from you." Okay? Now, do y'all see that even right there, they had a moment. And even through the so-called subliminals and beefing, Nicki thanked her and Cardi said, "This means so much coming from you." So when she says this means so much coming from you, it is obvious that she's got respect for Nicki. She, feels as though she don't have no beef with her. I really believe this beef has been so overrated and manufactured. It has been, because of the public. And people just keep it going and they feed into the comments and the subscribers and fans, and they feed into these comments and be so paranoid thinking, they already have this thought that she don't like me, I don't like her, is she shading me? So every little thing that is said, they automatically think that one is talking about the other. And it's other rap women in the industry that they could be talking about. And it really doesn't have to be anyone in general that they are speaking about when they do these rap lyrics. Because, rappers are always doing the battle rap in their songs. So that doesn't have to mean that they specifically be coming for each other. But because the public always wants to compare these two women, they keep it going. Right? So then October of 2017, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are featured on the same song, Motorsport, okay? And this is where it gets messy. I think this is where the S hit the fan, okay? They were featured in the same song alongside Migos in a stream of since deleted tweets, Nicki shut down any rumblings that she had an issue with Cardi's appearance on the song. Cardi later claimed in an interview that Nicki's verse wasn't finished when she jumped on Motorsport. Now keep that in mind, okay, for what we get ready to talk about. She said that Nicki's verse wasn't finished when she got on that song. Cardi and Minaj give separate interviews to Beats One, addressing their relationship and, alleged feud. Cardi B says, I just feel like it's really internet made up. I really feel like fans and people, they really want to see that happen because it's really entertaining to see people beef. It's entertaining. Like, I ain't gonna front. When Nicki and Remy Ma was beefing, everyone was tuning and asking what's next. But I don't really have the time for that. If you're not fucking my man, or if you're not taking my money from me, if you're not stopping my money, then I don't really give a fuck about you. Now, Nicki Minaj was a little more direct in her interview, and she said, the only thing with Cardi that really, really, really hurt my feelings was the first interview she did after Motorsport came out. And she said, the first interview she did after Motorsport came out, it really hurt me. She looked so aggravated and angry, and the only thing she said was, oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that verse. I was like, what? That really, really hurt me. I really fully supported Cardi, and up until this recent interview I did, I had never seen her show me genuine love in an interview. And I can imagine how many girls wish they could have been on a song with Nicki Minaj. Now, what I need to understand is, where in that interview did she feel as though I just did not see it? I tried to watch it. I tried to internalize it. And I really did try to see where Nicki was coming from. But I didn't pick it up. I didn't feel like she looked angry. I don't think she looked aggravated. And I don't know what. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that verse. What do you mean? If she didn't hear it, she didn't hear it. And so she tweets and says, how can you say someone changed their verse and forget to say Quavo told me to remove my singing part, which I loved, and Atlantic told me to remove your name from my verse per your request. So how were those changes going to happen if I didn't change my verse? That doesn't make no sense to me. I don't know. I guess you have to be there and be in the inside to understand that. Again, I'm not trying to take sides or be, biased or anything, but I really just think that she kind of reached and, just went a little bit overboard. I think at that point it was a little bit of jealousy because of them both being on the song, and it was a little bit more competition, who had the best verse, who looked the best, and just was feeling like maybe that competition. I don't think that Nicki has ever had the direct competition like she has had with Cardi B, with the looks and, just the performance and overall giving. Even though Cardi, they say she don't write her own stuff. She just perform. Well, that's the industry that we're living in now. I don't believe that has anything to do with the other. Sometimes the best of them get people to help write songs for them. So I don't really think we need to compare with the writing versus the, who really has, can write and who got people ghost writing. I don't think that makes a difference, because at the end of the day, you're a performer and you're going to perform in front of millions of people and you're going to sell it. So whether you wrote it or someone else wrote it, you are still a performer, and it comes down to you selling and having an image. So I really believe that the image that Cardi B had, the look, everything, it was just too much for Nicki Minaj. I just really feel like that. That's my opinion. I just feel that it was pressure. And I don't think Nicki has ever been in that position before. And that's where I believe this issue with that song. It was the pressure. Now, even though they went on to see each other, after that, they exchanged pleasantries at the Met Gala. Y'all remember that? Okay? They saw each other at the Met Gala. Y'all remember this? This is an iconic photo. We haven't seen them like this. Haven't seen it. Look at that. And the fans don't want to see this. This is what the fans don't want to see. This person says, Brenda King says, these women have no clue who we are. What does that have to do with anything? Whether they have a clue of who we are or who we aren't. We're having a discussion about the two of them, and they absolutely do know who their fans are. They might not know you individually, but they do know the consensus of their fans. They are always interacting with their fans. And Cardi B just said it, that she believes it's made up and manufactured by the internet. And that, you know, they would rather see them beefing than see them together. Period. I mean, we all have, you know, issues and people we don't get along with, but I believe when you are a celebrity and in the position of Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, it's more pressure and added pressure when you got millions of people as a fan base and they're going at it in the comment section, and here it is, you don't even know what you and this woman are mad at each other for. All you know, they're keeping it going, and nobody wants to, now that they're both megastars. Cardi's a megastar. She's not bowing down to nobody. She's not going to give that energy that these other little girls give Nicki that want to be on her song. Did you hear what she just said? You know how many other little girls? Let's run this back. Okay? This woman said, you know how many other little girls would want to be on a song with Nicki Minaj? Cardi B is not a little girl. What the heck, girl? She's not a little girl. Like, girl. I'm trying to find, where is that at? Where is that? Where is that at? I don't know. Where did she put that? Where is that at? I am trying to find that clip. I hope I did not. Well, y'all know we read it. I don't know what happened to it. I think I must have. I was on the song with Quavo. No one else was on it. He called and asked if I think we should put Barty on it. I said, okay, let's do it. Migos weren't even on it yet, just Quavo. The conspiracy theories are just so tired. Relax, breathe. Imagine me not knowing who's on a song with me. But it was the comment that imagine how many little girls want to be on a song with Nicki Minaj. Like, girl, Cardi B is not going to bow down to you. She's a powerhouse just like you. Okay? And I think that that's what it was. It was more like she wants that energy, and that's just not what you're going to get. All right. So then, oh, that was on my paperwork over here. That was in the interview that she did. Yeah. When she sat down and said that it really hurt her. And she said that, imagine how many other little girls could have been on a song with Nicki Minaj. Girl, she is not a little girl. So after they saw each other at the Met Gala, it was given Queen Radio. Okay. It was given Queen Radio. On August 2018, Nicki brings up her supposed feud. Hold on, you guys. Hold on one second. Okay. So in 2018 on Queen Radio, Nicki brings up her supposed feud with Cardi B again on her show. And she says, I didn't know Cardi and I had an issue. To me, she may have taken an issue with things that I've said, but I'm not going to bite my tongue. You gotta have thick skin. Then at the end of the month, Cardi B tweets cryptically, imagine subbing me, but you block me from all social media. And then it seems, at least for a short period of time, that Nicki Minaj had blocked Cardi B on Twitter. Then on September 2018, the infamous fight at the Met Gala, child. The fight between them goes down, not Met Gala, but the Harper's Bazaar, the Icons Party. It was during Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, and y'all remember that, right? Child, on Instagram, Cardi B explains that the straw that broke the camel's back was hearing Nicki talking smack about her baby with Offset. Okay, she was talking about her daughter. She said, no, ma'am. No. She said that was it. She said, I've let a lot of shit slide. I let you sneak diss me. I let you lie on me. I let you attempt to stop my bags. That's not the first time I heard that. You know, a couple people have said that. Okay. You've threatened other artists in the industry, told them if they work with me, you'll stop fucking with them. I let you talk big shit about me. I addressed you once in person. I addressed you a second time in person. And every time you cop the plea. But when you mention my child, you choose to like comments about me as a mother, make comments about my abilities to take care of my daughter, is when all bets are fucking off. I've worked too hard and come too far to let anybody fuck with my success. Bitches talk all that shit in their raps, but in real life, they pussy. This shit really for entertainment. Okay? Y'all remember that. And of course, Nicki says that she did not say anything about culture. She says she does not talk about kids. Okay? She says, I just want people to know that Onika Tanya Mirage has never, will never speak ill on anyone's child. I'm not a clown. That's clown shit. And she said that on Queen Radio. September 2018, as if it could not get any pettier, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj choose to endorse different Democratic New York governors. Okay, Cardi B, she was going with Cynthia and Jermaine. Cynthia and honey, Nicki Minaj was going for Cuomo. New Yorkers and all NYCHA residents, it's time to get justice. Vote Governor Cuomo, Lieutenant Governor Hochul, and Tish James. They know how to work for the people to make New York even greater. Spread the word. See you at the polls. But then, October 2018, in a new installment of Queen Radio, Nicki Minaj claims that it was Love and Hip Hop star Ra Ali who took swings at Cardi B at the New York Fashion Week party in September. Okay? She says that it was actually Ra Ali that was fighting Cardi B. She says, Ra beat you so bad that I was mad at Ra. She also refuted accusations from Cardi B's sister Hennessy that she leaked Cardi B's number to fan accounts. Leaking numbers? What type of bird shit you talking about? Nicki said on her show. She also alleges that Cardi asked her to be on her second single, but she declined because Motorsport was about to drop. Then October 2018, Nicki declares a ceasefire on Twitter. Okay, you guys, so let's focus on positive things only from here on out. We're also blessed. I know this stuff is entertaining and funny to a lot of people, but I won't be discussing this nonsense anymore. Thank you for the support and encouragement year after year. Love you. So since then, people speculate that it has been shade ever since. People say, anytime a lyric, that's what gets me. All this stuff is about Cardi B. You have all this surgery, but you're still ugly. That's what gets me. They talking about Cardi. Everything that Nicki Minaj says, everything that Cardi B says, she's talking about Nicki. Everything that, Nicki Minaj says, she's talking about Cardi. And I really just think at this point, it is the fans, it's the people in the comment sections. And I think that both women need to just stay out of the comment section. I have to do it myself. People, they antagonize me all the time, child. I'll probably get people in the comments. It's probably people in the chat. I can't follow the chat while I'm doing this video because the program that I'm using right now, I can't see the chat, honey. And it just seems like, every time I do a video like this, I will get the barbs and people, they just do not like to hear the truth. I do not care I just don't like lies. Like, I'm not here for the gaslighting. I'm not here for throwing rocks, hide your hands. You're saying some shit and you're causing a stir and you're causing trouble. And then you want to sit back and act like you're not doing it. I wouldn't want that from either side. And I think from this point, it just needs to be done already. If I was Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, I would just leave it alone, go my separate ways, and just make my money and live my life. The fans, y'all need to just stop. Stop putting these women against each other. Just leave them alone. Leave them alone. All surgeries, child, y'all want to compare who got surgery? They all have surgeries. Listen, first of all, let's just get real, okay? I'm about to get real. See, y'all, they getting ready. The barbs getting ready to get mad. They getting ready to get mad. Listen, y'all want to talk about Cardi B's got a Rico case. Cardi B's a gang member. Cardi B, she's doing all this shit and she's got all these cases. She's a criminal. But still and yet, Nicki Minaj and her husband assaulted a damn security guard at some show overseas, beat this man so bad, her entourage, her husband, beat this man so bad that he had to have multiple surgeries to reconstruct his jaw. And now he on the run, wanted for this crime, but he's courtside at a basketball game holding the baby. This is all because, you want to prove that he can go out in the public. But then y'all want to shade Cardi B and say that, she's got a Rico case and she just need to be worried about. This woman don't have no cases. She's not a felon. She's not involved in any type of illegal activities. But still and yet, Nicki and her husband, they go around assaulting people. And, they said in the article that Nicki first threw her shoe at the security guard. And because that missed or that wasn't enough, Kenny had to go and punch him in the face and dislocate his jaw and all this. Stomp the man out. Okay. Evan, why are you over there? Do y'all hear Evan back there playing with her? Child, he is over there going crazy. So, why are we not talking about that? Okay. And then we have the issue with Kenny and Jen. Okay. He's steady trying to get, his case pushed back. He wanted to sue the state of New York because he's saying that he didn't get a fair, his rights were violated when he was younger, but still and yet he admitted to the crime. He took a plea deal. He was in court when he said he wasn't. He registered as an S offender before he was with Nicki Minaj. He took the level 2 status of an S offender in court, but he gets with Nicki Minaj and now things are different. So let's talk about it. Okay, we want to get into comparing things. Whose crimes are worse? Whose offenses are worse? Okay, she's with a man that has committed murder, that has raped, and he's admitted to doing these things. So when you want to start comparing people's crimes and offenses, I don't think we want to get into that. We don't want to get into that. Sweet Pea, what did Nicki and Kenny go to court for? We do have an update on that. I want to do a separate video on that because actually Jen, she threw out she actually threw out the, what is it called? Not summary judgment, but the default judgment. She threw that out. She, voluntarily withdrew her request for a default judgment. So I want to do that separate. All right. Yeah, so I don't want to put Jen in with this. You know what I'm saying? Because this right here, what's happening between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, I just think the fans and the internet is to blame for it. And they would rather see the drama than see any peace be made, right? And then so we get into the infamous Tasha K. The infamous Tasha K and Cardi B. Now, what's going on with these two? Okay. Now, we know that Tasha K went on a rampage against Cardi B, right? And I do believe that it was all for Nicki Minaj. I believe that Tasha wanted, again, this is an example of wanting to lead the charge for the Barbs, wanting to get in Nicki's good graces because the queen is watching. So let me perform. But it messed around and backfired on her and got her a $4 million lawsuit. Well, now this lawsuit is in the appellate court, not pellet, appellate. It's in the appellate, not pellet. All right. It's in the appellate court, but where it stands at this moment, it's looking, and we're still waiting. I'm hoping that we get an answer soon, but it is in the appellate court, and it looks like we're waiting to see if the court has jurisdiction because they are questioning citizenship of Kibi Studios because Kibi Studios is owned and it's in Sheck's name. So they are questioning jurisdiction. And they are also, Cardi B's team is alleging that the appeal was not timely filed because when she filed it, when Tasha filed it, the actual case was not closed. So you cannot file an appeal unless the case is closed because they were saying that the injunction had not taken place and had not been issued yet. The injunction did not get issued until April the 4th. Remember, they were supposed to do it on the 1st, but Tasha signed and at 11:59 at the midnight hour, she conceded and went on ahead and took the injunction settlement that Cardi and her team was offering. Hey, take these certain videos down and, stop talking about her and we'll move on. Well, we know that Tasha did not do that right away. She actually was defiant into the end, and she did not do that. Well, Cardi and her team fired back, and this is what they are using to get her appeal thrown out because they're stating that the injunction was not entered in. So you can't appeal a case that is not closed. You don't have a verdict. You have the judgment and all that, but the case is not done because they didn't have a ruling on the injunction. So even after that, you would have 30 days to do that. So they said that the filing from the 1st, that was invalid because the case wasn't closed. So then they said you were supposed to file it on the 4th when the injunction was issued. And there never was an appeal filed on the date of after the 4th. So they're using that as well to try to get around the appeal. So we are waiting to see what goes down with Cardi B and Tasha K with this appeal. But as it stands right now, Tasha K owes Cardi B $4 million, and she can start collecting on that as soon as the court rules about this appeal. And I'm not suspecting that it's going to take much longer. In fact, I really think that we will probably hear something either this week or the beginning of next week. But I don't think that this is going to take much longer. But it's like, girl, she fought it out to the end, to the bitter end. And was it really that deep? Was it really that serious when all you had to do was take the damn videos down? Take them down. But she fought it all the way to the end. And like I said, I really believe that this all has to do with Tasha K wanting to be in Nicki's good graces and wanting to show that I'm representing for the Barbs. Take me back. Because remember, she said she wasn't signing no NDA. When she wanted to interview Nicki, all this, she wasn't signing no NDA. And when she went live and had Nicki on that phone that night, honey, Nicki was not feeling that. Nicki is private about hers. That's one thing I will say. She wasn't feeling that. And Tasha, bit her nose to spite her face, honey. And she been trying to get back in Nicki Minaj's good graces ever since. Schemo, hey, he said he missed it. What's going on? Well, just to sum things up, we basically gave the outline, catch the replay, but we basically gave the outline like, stop messing with our sister. She does not have a Rico case. And even the situation with the bartenders, she is not facing no darn jail time. It is only a E-class felony that she has with the actual assault and the assault charge. And that wasn't even an arrest charge. It was a charge that was added on by the DA after the arrest. All her arrest charges are misdemeanor. They are not any type of charges that carry jail time. And the only reason why people say this whole 4-year thing is because the E-class felony carries a maximum of 4 years. However, they neglect to tell you that the minimum is a year or less. And if you do not have any felonies or arrests 10 years, in the last 10 years, you're not doing no jail time. You're getting probation or fines. Okay, so you know me, I'm going to make sure that I give the girls the truth. You're not going to be out here talking about Cardi and putting Cardi and Rico in the same damn sentence. My girl is not going to jail for no Rico. Rico, that's 20 years. So we're not putting that with no Cardi B. Rico and Cardi B is not going in the same sentence. Okay, Cardi's going to be out here with our princess culture, doing her thing, okay? And our baby boy, what is it? Wave. We ain't doing it. We're not doing that. No, Saki, that's how I know they're pushing narratives against Cardi B right. I mean, it is always it's always a narrative that she's some gang member that is out here doing crime and participating in gang culture and gang life, and she's really a gang member in disguise. She's a celebrity and a millionaire, but she's a gang member too. Like, stop. This woman is not a gang member. Anything that you do in your past as a child, we all go through stuff when we're young, and we all get in shit. But that doesn't mean that you carry that over to your adult life. The only thing I say, like I said in the beginning of this video, the only thing that I say about all rappers, but that's the culture, right? They speak into a culture that buys their music, gang members, people that's in the streets, people that's hustling. Do that make them hustlers? Do that make them gang members? No, they're speaking to that culture. So yeah, they're going to rock the flags. They're going to do things like that identify with the street culture because that's where they come from. I get it. That don't make you a gang member. But if you want that to go away, that's the only thing that I would say for Cardi. Well, don't wear the flag. Don't represent the flag, because doing that, it makes people think that you're a gang member. But we can't stop her. Like, she's grown. That don't mean that she's participating in gang activity. It's a lifestyle that she come from and people that she know. That doesn't mean, and absolutely people she loves and people that love her. that don't mean that she is a gang member. You know? I mean, she even was having that picture of Star on her page with her pregnant laying in the whatever that stuff was she was laying in. And Star looked pretty, you know, she was pregnant and everything, and she was giving her props like, you've grown and I'm so proud of the woman that you have become. People get tired of running the streets, committing crimes and doing wrong. It comes back to haunt them. And that's what happened with Star, you know. She was moving on with her life, trying to, you know, move on with things that she'd done in the past. And unfortunately, that stuff comes back to haunt you. But all you have to do, you know, just face it head on, deal with it, and move on. We all can be forgiven, and we all deserve forgiveness and grace. You want God to have forgiveness and grace and mercy on you, you have to have forgiveness, grace, and mercy for others. So Cardi B deserves, you know, the truth. She doesn't deserve to be slandered like this in the press, and I just don't understand why people do that to her. The only thing I would say, Cardi, just stay out the comments. You know, people that love you, the people that, you know, are out here fighting this battle every day for the truth, we got it. Stay out of these comments and stay, you know, don't entertain these people. Don't listen to it. The people that love you, the bloggers and, you know, press and blogs and YouTubers that love you, we will always stand and deliver the truth. You know, I might not be young like you guys and not as hip as y'all and can't deliver it like some of, you know, Armand and them, you know, they young. I might not have that pizzazz, but what I do have, I'm willing to contribute. And that's my knowledge of, you know, how to break down the court documents and how to deliver truth as it pertains to the court system. And that's what I'm here to do. I ain't trying to compete with these young people, child, and know how to, you know, put together all and know these rap lyrics and know all this stuff. But what I can do, I will try to, you know, I will do my best. Oh, thank you for the Cash App. You know, I will always try to do, you know, what I can do and do my part, you know. So that's all I got, y'all. That's all I got for now. You know, I think we covered everything. Is there any questions? Anything anybody got? Thank you, Toxic. Thank you. I tried, y'all. Any questions you guys have? Let me know. And I take calls. Okay, let me do that. I'll take calls. Let me drop it in the chat. Okay, now the rules to this is, please don't be disrespectful. You cannot curse. Cannot do any cursing in the chat. And I will take phone. I'm going to put the link. So now how this works is only one person can click the link at one time. So it's first come, first serve. So whoever clicks the link, you got to click the link and you got to put a password in, okay? All right, so let me get that. Give me 1 second. Let me set it up. I'll take a few calls. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. No, that's not it. All right. That looks so cute. All right. Let me put this here. I'll put that there. All right. Let me get this. Okay. Host a call. Copy link. All right, here we go. Now, where's the chat? Oh, boy. I can't see my chat. Might not be able to do it, y'all. My stream is acting up. I don't know. I can't see my stream. Let me see something. I'm coming, guys. I'm trying to work it out. Mm-mm-mm. What's going on with this? Mm-mm. No. All right, let's see if I could put it in here. All right, there goes that. And then you have to put this password. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. So click the link and then put that passcode in. Did Evan put no? No. And you guys could still hear me, right? It doesn't it we know that, they may have been in a gang back in the day, but she's not in a gang anymore. Like, she's not a gang member. There's things people do in their past, but just because they've done things in their past doesn't mean that they're actively participating in gangs. I mean, we're not denying that she might have done or participated in some things in her past. That doesn't mean that she's still doing that, So if anybody wants to come up, you guys, first come, first serve. Click the link. If not, I'm going to get out of here because I'm not going to sit around and wait all night. So if you come up, y'all better come on in the next 5 minutes. Let's see. Then why was she on someone's page who was talking nasty about culture? Right. Oh, Tony says, I think he was just speaking in general about going viral. I don't think he was planning on going viral. I have a big hard time speaking online, so I have to write things down to get what I want out. Yeah, I write things down to get what I want out too, but it just, that was just my observation. Doesn't have to be true, but that's just what I observed. It just seems to me that why were you planning on going viral? that's not how you want to go viral. Okay, so what was the plan? And like, it's just the way he was speaking. It just seemed like there was some kind of plan, but it went wrong. Like he didn't think that maybe he like, damn, y'all set me up. I didn't think we was gonna do all this, but there was definitely something, and it just didn't go the way he thought it was gonna go. And now, like he said, I feel horrible. I didn't know it was gonna go like this, and I didn't mean no disrespect, but it has caused a firestorm of lies and blogs running with narratives and saying now that he was jumped and all this stuff. And we know that that man was not jumped. Like the stuff that they accuse Cardi B of is just amazing to me. This woman is a freaking millionaire. You think she's going to risk her career and everything she's built? You know what type of lawsuits and shit is at stake for beating somebody down and stomping them out in the club? She's not doing that and jeopardizing her lifestyle for nobody in the club. I don't understand why people think like that. Thank you, Coach LP. Well, we got one coming up on Will Smith. So, is it just that y'all don't want to drop it? Yeah, y'all asked me to take calls and ain't nobody clicked. Like, don't be scared. I'm going to drop that link. I'm going to change this link and I'm going to drop a fresh one. I don't know if it's the link or something, but I'm going to drop a fresh one. And if don't nobody click this link, we getting out of here. I ain't going to sit up here and play with y'all all night. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. Got that. All right, there it goes. All right, there goes the link. Now, if you want to talk, go ahead. Susie says, question, why didn't he deny or confirm that he was beaten up or Cardi being mistaken for NM? Right. But I do believe that his interview, like doing that live, I think that was his way of trying, like when he said it was a lot of false narratives and a lot of things being said. I believe that him saying that he was trying to insinuate that he wasn't beat up, that was a lie. And then he said with mistake, like with the Nicki Minaj thing, he said somebody passed him a note, said Nicki had came in and it really was false. And so he didn't check to see if it was true or not because he was so busy DJing, and that the obstruction, it was the view from his DJ booth in that club was obstructed and he really didn't see. So he really thought that Nicki was coming through. But my thing is, if you really thought that, you were playing Cardi B's song at that time, right? Why would it be you happen to be playing her song at that time and you said that? Why wouldn't you wait until you were done playing that song? When the person slipped you the note and said that, I would have been like, no, we not oh, is this true? Like I don't know. I just would have did it different. All right, we got a call.
Said she was coming back to the office.
Okay, can you guys hear Dion?
Hi.
Hi.
I love you. I just want to say, I'm glad you put the truth out there, because people hate on Cardi for no reason, and I say they mad because she put her truth out there before they could.
Mm-hmm.
And That's all I have to say.
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Dion, for
you. Thank
calling. We
you.
love Cardi B. We're going to always make sure that we speak the truth because it's no reason that these people hate on her like that. I just don't get it.
Right. Right. Hired too for no reason.
Right.
Can she live?
Right. Be like, do you really believe that this woman would sacrifice everything that she has built to be out here beating
Right.
people up? Like, come
And
on.
see, the thing is with Nikki, she jealous because she got everything she want: a good man and 2 kids and living a good life.
Mm, mm, good point.
Don't be jealous. Try to get yours. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You chose who you chose to be with.
Right. Nobody, that was your choice.
Exactly. And you believe everything he said. He had a life before you, and he effed up. So
Right.
you can't get mad at her because her life is good with her
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Okay,
And thank
Dion.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Dion. You're welcome. Good night, baby. Have a good night. Thank
Good
you for
night.
calling.
You too.
Bye. Oh, I like Dion. She's you can't get mad at Cardi. Don't hate on her. That's right. I agree with that. But they was at courtside, child. What game was that they was at, honey? I said, look, the baby is getting so big. He's getting big. And he is so cute. I definitely don't hate on children. I don't hate on nobody, but I definitely don't dislike. I'm definitely going to always give the baby. He's so cute. He's so chubby. He's looking healthy. But I'm like, child, your man is out here at the goddamn game. Is he allowed to be out there? And isn't he wanted? Child. It's the priorities for me. Mm. Okay. Okay, there goes another link if somebody wanted to call in. Whew. Plus, Cardi can be out in public with her husband. Right. Definitely. His left eye looked bruised and swollen, but it may have been the lighting. So I kind of was looking at that too. And if you look at it again, I think he's got bags under his eyes because the other side was like that too. And you got to really zoom in and look at him. But he got bags under his eyes. That's what I thought at first too. But it's both eyes, and it's just like bags. He wasn't. He didn't. And I'm like, if he got beat up, right? Now let's do it like this. Let's come like this. If he got beat up, it wouldn't been no, he just saying that because they paid him. No. If he got beat up, he would be suing them because he know he can get that money. If you got stomped out by Cardi B and Offset, they are multi-millionaires. The two of them together, that's a bag. So he would definitely be suing. He would have went straight to a lawyer that would have gladly took the case, and he would have been suing. He wouldn't have been on the neighborhood talk. They wouldn't have grabbed that. He wouldn't have went to his live, and the blogs wouldn't have been able to capture none of that, honey. He would have went straight to an attorney. Okay, those was bags under his eyes. They was not bruises, honey. That man would have sued. He would have not been he was really trying to apologize to Cardi, because what I got out of that, it was some shit that he got wrapped up in. He did not think it was going to go that far, and it just went too far. He didn't know they was going to be setting that shit up like that. And my whole thing is, when you were playing her song and somebody said that Nicki Minaj came through, I would have been like, bro, but did you hear him say he was caught up in a hip hop moment? Let's play that clip. Matter of fact, let's play that clip so y'all can hear what this man actually said again before we close it out. He said he was caught up in a hip hop moment. What kind of hip hop moment? What you mean, caught up in a hip hop moment?
With Cardi B. I'm reading so many stories and narratives about things that happened and didn't happen, and I just want to clear the air. I prepared a little statement that I'm going to read, and hopefully it does just that. Last night in the club, a promoter, manager passed me along information to shout out, and unknowingly I ran with it. I never meant any disrespect to Cardi B, Offset, their family, friends, or fans in any way, shape, or form. It was an honest mistake, and I feel horrible about it. Normally, that's something that I would never do. I always check and double check information, but I was caught up in what I thought was a hip-hop moment. I accept my responsibility for what Cardi B and Offset. I meant no.
What hip hop moment? What hip hop moment? Like, how would that have been a hip hop moment? You announcing someone coming through. Why would it have been, because it was Cardi B and Nicki Minaj in the same place at the same time? That's what you thought was a hip hop moment. Y'all gotta listen to stuff people say.
Alice, it was definitely no setup. I was simply there to rock the party, which is what I do for a living. In that club from the DJ booth, the view is very obstructed, and I was trusting on what other people were telling me all night long about who was in the club and what was going on, and that was a big mistake, clearly. It is definitely not the way that I want to go viral. Again, my sincere apologies to Cardi B and Offset. What happened was whack on all levels, and I'm pissed off that my name is a part of that. I wish I could take it back.
Now, see, he said he's pissed off that his name was a part of that. Part of what? If all you did was an honest mistake, okay, come on, y'all, pay attention. He said, I'm pissed off that my name was a part of that. A part of what? If you saying that you made a mistake, you thought somebody was coming through, it wasn't them, and it was a mistake. Caught in what? What was you caught up in and a part of? Some shit that somebody told you what they was doing, and you thought that it was going to be one thing, and you didn't realize that it was going to be this far. That's what that shit is.
Hopefully my track record and relationship throughout the years in this industry can attest to that. I don't have problems with anybody. I don't get involved in anyone's issues, and hopefully I can be forgiven. Once again, Cardi, I am truly sorry about what happened. You didn't deserve that, and
You didn't deserve what? If all you did was announce that Nicki Minaj was walking through, you didn't deserve what? She didn't deserve what? What did you do? If you truly thought that all you were doing was announcing another celebrity coming through, you said she didn't deserve that, as though you know something that y'all did, and she ain't deserve it.
Mortified. So, my apologies about what happened last night in the club with Cardi B. I'm reading so many stories and narratives about things that happened and didn't happen, and I just want to clear the air. I prepared a little statement that I'm going to read, and hopefully it does just that. Last night in the club, a promoter, manager passed me along information to shout out, and unknowingly I ran with it. I never meant any disrespect to Cardi.
Unknowingly, I ran with it. He passed me some information, and unknowingly, I ran with it. What information did he pass you? What was on the note? What did it say? If it just said, Nicki Minaj is here, announce her, how would it have to be information was passed to you and you unknowingly ran with it? That don't make sense.
Cardi B, Offset, their family, friends, or fans in any way, shape, or form. It was an honest mistake, and I feel horrible about it. Normally, that's something that I would never do. I always check and double check information, but I was caught up in what I thought was a hip-hop moment.
I normally check and double check information. What information? If it was truly just a person coming through, it don't need all that information, and you normally check and check 2 and 3 times. Check what? Oh, that it was a celebrity coming through. Is that really them coming through? But because soon as they said Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, you was ready for the fuck shit. You was I'm announcing. You was ready for the fuck shit. You was ready for the fuck shit. And you didn't think that Cardi and them was going to be about it. And you thought you was going to start some shit. And she handled it. And y'all asses really was the ones looking dumb. Because y'all thought y'all was going to cause a commotion. Y'all thought y'all was going to cause people to be fighting and going off. And you wanted to try to capture a moment on, cameras, just like it did happen. But y'all tried to twist the narrative to make it look like she was saying something that she wasn't saying. And like she said, it was professional cameras and y'all set that whole shit up. Like, come on. You caught up in a moment that you thought was going to be a hip hop moment. You check information. Why? Because they gave you something that said it was her. Oh. No, you were trying to go viral just like you said.
I accept my responsibility for what Cardi being Offset. I meant no malice. It was definitely no setup. I was simply there to rock the party, which is what I do for a living.
Right. And you was there to rock the party, and the people that set them up used your ass as a pawn because you had the damn mic. And they said, say this, and you just said it and you didn't check the shit. And they used your ass.
In that club from the DJ booth, the view is very obstructed. And I was trusting on what other people were telling me all night long about who was in the club and what was going on. And that was a big mistake, clearly. It is definitely not the way that I want to go viral. Again, my sincere apologies to Cardi B and Offset. What happened was whack on all levels, and I'm pissed off that my name is a part of that. I wish I could take it back. Hopefully my track record and relationship throughout the years in this industry can attest to that. I don't have problems with anybody. I don't get involved in anyone's issues, and hopefully I can be forgiven. Once again, Cardi, I am truly sorry about what happened. You didn't deserve that, and I'm mortified. So, my apologies.
Yeah, he's mortified because he knows that his career is probably going to take a little hit and is going to suffer because of that. And I believe that he was caught up in the whole moment of thinking that he was going to be able to be some type of in-between or go-between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. But what was you going to be able to do as a DJ? Caught up in a hip-hop moment, what would have been the moment? All they would have done, if Nicki Minaj was there and Cardi B was there, all they would have done was stay in their respective spots and respective places. But no promoter in his right mind would have booked Cardi B and Offset and Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty, all of them in the same damn room. So you should have knew that this was a bunch of mess, was a setup. It was to get Cardi's reaction and see how she was going to act. If she was going to be shook and look shook. That's what y'all was trying to get. Y'all wanted a moment. Because what promoter, anybody throwing a party for Offset, why would Nicki Minaj be coming through? Come on. Think about it. Why would Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Petty, and their entourage be at the same club that is a party for Offset? If this was Offset's event, there would have never been a Nicki Minaj or Kenneth Petty or any type of affiliation with that crew allowed in. It would have been checked at the door. That would have never happened. So the DJ that is just trash, he's just trash for this because he knew exactly, Kimmy, he knew better. He knew better. He knew damn well this was all a mess just to see how Cardi was going to respond. If this was a goddamn party for Offset, why the hell would Nicki be there? Stop. We're not buying it, DJ. We are not buying it. We wasn't born yesterday. Okay? All right. So, y'all, that's it. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you for being here. You guys make sure you go and check out Adam and Eve. They are the sponsor for tonight's video. Click the description, click the link in the description box and use our description box and use our code EROTICA for 25% off. You also will go your purchase, 10% of that is helping the Underground Railroad. And what that is, the Underground Railroad is an organization that fights human trafficking, okay? So 10% of the proceeds go to that operation. So 25% of your order plus free shipping. Use code EROTICA. Click on the link, Adam and Eve Adult Store. They got all types of stuff over there. They got oils and lingeries and all types of adult toys for men and women. And you can be helping out a very good cause. So go over and click the link. All right? So that's all I got, y'all. Thank you for being here for these 2 hours. Thank you, Toxic K is toxic. Oh, she said you went in. Y'all know I got to represent, and y'all know that I got to always put the truth out. So you guys have a good evening. Be sure to like this video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye, guys.